You're inside the Mouse Castle with Tim and Anthony. Visit us at themousecastle.com. Follow the Mouse Castle on Facebook and Inside the MC on Twitter. Inside the Mouse Castle is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. Soon, you'll understand why. Here's Tim and Anthony.
Welcome inside the Mouse Castle. I'm Tim Calloway.
And I'm Anthony Reynolds. It is December 14th, 2015.
We are your weekly dose of Disney news, information, and commentary. And what's coming up today, Anthony?
It's almost here. It's days away. Holy crap, it is days away.
We can actually say this week.
This week. Star Wars, The Force Awakens opens on Thursday. Well, Friday, but Thursday, really.
I know. Why do they keep saying the 18th when it really opens on the 17th? I don't understand.
Ridiculous. And Dick Van Dyke celebrated his 90th birthday at Disneyland over the weekend. That's all next inside the Mouse Castle.
So you've got your ticket to the golden ticket to see Star Wars this week, right?
Don't say the golden ticket.
I don't know.
We were talking about Willy Wonka earlier.
People didn't know that. Yeah, before we started doing this, we weren't talking about Star Wars at all. We were talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But
Grandpa
anyway.
Joe had Coke nails. Look it up, folks.
Yeah.
No, but yes, I do have my tickets to
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, that's it.
Road Hip or Road Chip. The movie's gonna be solid. Yes, I have my tickets for 10:15 on Thursday evening.
Very nice. Reserve seats?
No, God, no.
No?
I'm not made of money, old boy.
Well, really, it depends on the theater, and I guess depends on where you booked it at. Because I got reserved seats.
I've never been,
but it did not cost me any more than it would to just get my ticket or pay for it after standing in line.
I've never been to a theater that reserves seats.
Okay. That's
a bizarre thing for me.
It's kind of a new concept. I don't know how widespread it is, but here in the Las Vegas area, this is the first time that I've purchased movie tickets at a theater that did reserve seating, and they've been doing that for a little while now. So Star Wars isn't the first time they're doing that. I kind of like it because it's the theater that we go to. It's a Regal Cinema. And they have the big armchair couches, like the lazy boys that lay back, and it's like watching it in your living room. It's fantastic.
I was imagining you in at a movie theater, and everybody has like a Lily Tomlin rocking chair.
That could work.
That's what I was imagining, like a huge ass chair.
And that's the truth. So we get to see it with the public on Thursday night, but the premiere is tonight in Hollywood. Tinseltown. And if you don't think this is a big deal, they aren't just screening the premiere in one theater on Hollywood Boulevard. They're doing it in 3. The El Capitan, the Dolby, and the Chinese Theater are all going to be screening Star Wars: The Force Awakens for the world premiere.
I'm assuming the big screening is probably going to be in the Dolby.
I would say so.
Yeah.
But there's so many invited guests, and I guess there's going to be this massive party. The area that they have blocked off on Hollywood Boulevard, it's from like Highland to La Brea, and that's about a quarter of a mile. And there'll be all the red carpet appearances and all the the media frenzy and the fan frenzy and all that. But then afterwards, I guess in that same area, they're going to do just this big, huge block party after the screening.
That would be really fun. Are you gonna go? Or are we gonna go?
Yeah, we're gonna go, and we'll be asked politely to leave, but we can go.
Nah. I'll have a tuxedo on. They'll be like, "This guy's with us. He's all right."
Yeah, that's right.
And they'll take a look at you like, "This ragamuffin, though."
Although I do have a friend who, through connections, is going to be going.
Oh, good counterfeiter.
I'm not allowed to talk about it. and she's not allowed to talk about it. So I'm going to keep
No, it's a she.
It's a she. Yeah, but that narrows it down to
Okay.
half of my friends.
She likes Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That again narrows it down to all of my female friends.
Oh no, we can pin it down. She's still in speaking terms with you.
Okay.
Okay, so we got like 3 people to choose from.
Okay. You work on that. But I'm excited for her. She sent me these really cryptic text messages the other day about I may or may not be going to this thing that has to do something with the Force. I mean, she was doing everything she could shy of saying, "Hey, I'm going to the premiere." It was like, would you knock it off and just tell me? And oh, by the way, do you need a date? Which got a big round of laughter from her, because I guess apparently through whatever connections that she has, there's a group of people going, but it's only those people that are allowed to go. They cannot invite family members, friends, or anything like that. It's strictly limited to those in this particular group.
I'd expect that.
Yeah. So, and she says she's not even sure what to expect. She's not sure what theater they're going to, other than it's going to be somewhere there on Hollywood Boulevard. That's kind of exciting, though.
It is exciting, cryptic, but exciting.
I know, exactly. It's like, I don't know whether it was, you absolutely can't talk about this, or whether she was just afraid. Because, the men in black and, the men in the black helicopters and things like that probably were harassing
Disney
her.
has them on retainer.
Yep. Yes, they do. And people have been lining up to see Star Wars: The Force Awakens, not necessarily the world premiere, but certainly when it opens for the rest of us on Thursday night. And I mean, they've been lining up since like last week.
In my mind, I'm like, that's completely inappropriate and ridiculous, which it could be to a degree. But I'm still like not believing that Star Wars is in a few days.
I know that is kind of hard to comprehend, isn't it? I mean, we've been talking about this for so long. The first teaser trailer, when we first saw the Millennium Falcon, doing the loop and flying into the TIE fighters, I looked it up. It was November 28th of last year.
Oh, I know. It came up on my time hop. I keep posting about it.
Over and over again. I mean, that's been crazy. I mean, and even before then, we were talking about the anticipation that the movie was going to come out, and we couldn't wait to see the first teaser trailer. So, I mean, what have we been talking about this? What, a year and a half?
I just heard everybody yell too long.
Too long. I know. Let's just get on with it.
They can't wait.
No,
it's just like this show is.
And the thing is, once the movie's released and we've seen it, then what?
I don't know.
I mean, our lives are just going to be so empty after that.
Oh, it's still pretty empty.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens is everything we're living for, because I'm sure there'll be good movies. Fingers crossed there'll be good movies. But episodes 8, episodes 9, the Rogue One movie, the Han Solo movie, there's not going to be that level of excitement. And we've talked about this before. The amount of anticipation that we have right now for this particular Star Wars movie, we will never experience that again in our lifetime.
No, this is the official separation from Lucas. This is Star Wars becoming a whole new legacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're here for it.
We're here for it. Anthony, hug me.
No, you're in a different state.
Mind. Sorry, I got a little carried away right there. But
Get
anyway,
for
the people that have been lining up for over a week, and considering you can get reserved seat tickets, I guess what this is part of is there's an organization called liningup.net that's using this event, using this gathering of people a week or more prior to the opening of Star Wars: The Force Awakens
to educate them on queuing.
Yes, and to raise money for charity. And I guess liningup.net is involved with a number of charities, most notably the Starlight Children's Foundation. And I guess as a way of drawing awareness to charity and to raise money, they're doing this, and it's really kind of cool.
I don't get it.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, other than because you don't have to stand in line to donate money, but I guess if you stand in line, I guess people can pledge you or sponsor you. I'm not entirely clear, and this is even after reading the article. I wasn't exactly sure how it worked.
What's the website?
It's called liningup.net.
Liningup.net. Let's take a look at this website.
I did, and it still didn't make sense. I'm sorry, it didn't.
Liningup.net. Okay. Fans stood outside the theater. First, okay. Learn more. Okay. This is okay. People at liningup.net, your website. This is poorly designed.
See,
okay.
What did I say?
FAQ. Okay. Why line up at all? You just get reserved. You have reserved tickets. Oh wait. Okay. What?
Yeah, that's the FAQ. Yeah, I saw that too.
Well, I know.
Why do you have to stand in line when you can get reserved tickets? Anyway, without thoroughly understanding it,
minimum time is. But why are they waiting? Where's this money coming from?
I know. I mean, we believe in the cause. We think they're doing a good thing. We just don't understand why.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Liningup.net returns to Hollywood to line up for Star Wars The Force Awakens is to raise money. Okay, we get that. The minimum time in line is 24 hours. It just jumps to this. Tickets are not guaranteed, so you have to buy tickets to wait in line and raise money?
Oh my. Yeah.
Why would I want to buy a t-shirt? There are special shirts available. Where can I learn more? You know what? No.
Can I just donate money to the Starlight Children's Foundation? That's a good cause. I would do that.
Yeah, just donate right to them. Don't deal with these fools. I don't understand them.
I don't understand it. I support them because they're doing it for a good cause. I just don't understand how it works.
People are out there listening. They're just pissed, like, because they love liningup.net, and they're like, it's such a simple concept, and I recognize that, but understand, I'm an idiot, and I understand things like this.
Thank you. You know, and if you are listening to us and you're in line or you're with liningup.net, email us at podcast@themousecastle.com and explain to us exactly how this works.
I don't understand. I don't know. Looking by that website, I don't know if they know how to email. Because they don't know how to make a coherent page.
Okay, then post something on Facebook. Okay, we'll find it. Go to the Mouse Castle page and post it on there. So anyway, something that does work a lot simpler is, assuming you can't make it to Hollywood for the red carpet world premiere. If you weren't
like that, I freaked out.
But you can watch the premiere, not the movie, but the red carpet arrivals. You can watch that on StarWars.com.
StarWars.com?
StarWars.com. And
I went to that website so many times in the early 2000s.
StarWars.com.
It's like I didn't know how to Google anything. I went to StarWars.com because it's the one website I knew.
It was just the one reflex action, and Disney.com was the other one. But anyway, starting at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, go to StarWars.com, and it will be streaming on there, and you can see interviews with the stars and watch them arrive. Starlets, and yeah. Now what's the male equivalent to starlet? Star dude?
No, whatever
Star
it is
Lord.
makes the other one seem sexist.
I know. It's like, yeah, starlet just seems to be such a
sexist
term. It really is.
Well, I feel like Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Glenn Close, Harrison Ford, any of those ones who have made it, I threw out names there, they're all stars. But the ones who are up and coming, they're the starlets.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a 50s girl band now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the starlets.
The starlets. StarLetTTES.
Yeah. But I think that's still a female one.
Yes.
This is like a piglet. Starlets.
It's a baby star. Yeah. See, so there's no male equivalent to a starlet. There's really not.
There's starlets and then there's douches.
Yes, that could be it. I don't know. But anyway, StarWars.com, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, Monday night. There's a very good chance it's on right now, and you're not even listening to us, because I won't be listening to us if I can see the
I personally can't listen to podcasts and watch TV at the same time.
No.
I get
And
lost
considering
in it.
it's the
Yeah.
red carpet arrivals at the Star Wars Force Awakens premiere, my entire world's getting shut out. Okay, at that point, there's just nothing else I care to focus on.
I'm shutting down, man. After the Hollywood premiere happens, I'm tiptoeing on the internet.
And you know something? You were the third person that has told me that. In fact, I had a really good friend tell me that they were going to unfollow the Mouse Castle on Facebook until after they see the movie. I mean, and not look at our posts, but just shut us down. And I'm sure doing that with other media sites, or she was just telling that to me just to be nice.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be live tweeting the premiere when I'm there. Not the premiere, but when I'm there, I'm going to be tweeting the whole thing. I would have my screen on bright, and I'm going to be sitting in that theater just tweeting everything.
Good luck with that. That's when the men in the dark suits and the sunglasses and the night vision goggles
Not even
over
that. That's when
and-
everybody boos you out of the theater.
Exactly. But yeah, this is a good question. I mean, how many people are going to go into like total radio silence mode between now and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever they see Star Wars The Force Awakens?
A lot. Well, not a lot. The minority of people, actually, but I'm one of them, kind of.
Yeah, I know, and part of it is, we cover this, we talk about this, so I don't want to stay totally out of the loop. But by the same token, I really do want to limit at this point, and I've read and seen a lot more up to this point than you have, because you get mad at me when I start saying, "Hey, Anthony, go look at this link," and you won't do it.
No, I won't. I saw one of the TV spots in the background, and I was so pissed. I was like, I'm never coming to this bar again.
Yeah. But and also there's a big movement in social media and a lot of threats I've seen on social media to not reveal spoilers. And I will, and you and I will make that pledge, right now for however long. What do you think is an adequate period of time? After we have seen the movie, how long will we remain spoiler free?
Well, the Huffington Post does it. It's still too soon.
This is true.
I don't know, man. Maybe like 2 weeks.
I'm thinking 2
or 3.
weeks.
Well,
but we'll
basically,
still announce it. We'll still say it's a spoiler.
I don't think we're going to be making the first move. Like, I think other mainstream outlets will be talking about things that we'd be talking about.
Yes.
So we're just going to go with the flow, I think.
Yeah, and the one thing that I am definitely not doing, though, I am not reading any reviews. None. And, whether they're spoiler free or not, I'm not reading a single review until I actually see the movie. And I believe the embargo on media reviews is Wednesday. So you'll start seeing them probably like at midnight on Wednesday. Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning.
Well, yeah. So I'm off though. I'm not. I got my blinders on now, sir.
Okay.
Hardcore.
Don't
even say Star Wars to me though. Because if you say Star Wars, I'm not going to listen.
Star Wars.
Don't. Well, I'm out because you might be.
I'm not doing
about
it.
A spoiler.
Not doing it.
You can say you're not doing it, but I don't know that you're saying that because I'm not listening.
This was an interesting article, though. I'll keep going then. In the LA Times, they were talking about how Disney paid like $4 billion or something in that area to have rights to Star Wars and Lucasfilm and everything like that. And at the time, a number of critics, not everybody, thought this was a great idea, and they thought that was just way too much for Disney to pay. They shouldn't have got involved at all. Waste of money. And now this article in the LA Times projects that over the next 5 years, the Walt Disney Company will realize $25 billion in revenue from Star Wars films and related other stuff.
That's a lot of money.
That's not a bad return on your investment.
No, not at all. I would take that.
I know.
I would have bought Star Wars for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
No, yeah, it's obvious. I mean, it's gonna take a couple years, but no, that's definitely gonna start paying for itself. Merchandise alone, dude.
No kidding. Yeah, and that's definitely what it's all about. I mean, even though The Force Awakens could break $2 billion in the worldwide box office, and it could challenge and please beat Avatar as the #1 grossing movie of all time.
I feel like it has to.
It has to.
There's no way it's not going to.
And here's the scary thing. If The Force Awakens doesn't do that, it's a disappointment.
I won't stand for it.
I mean, say it doesn't crack the $2 billion gross mark. That's disappointing.
I will lose faith in humanity.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I mean, okay, we all have our plans to see our first screening of The Force Awakens. When do we get to go back the second time? I mean, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy like 4 times in theaters.
That was mainly because I wanted other people to see it. So I was like, let's go. But you've seen it. Yeah, I'll see it again. I was excited to see it every time, though. I don't know. I want to see Star Wars every day I have off.
I know, kidding, for the rest of my life.
And then the second it becomes available on the internet, I'm going to download it. And then I'm going to throw money in an envelope and send it to Disney because I feel bad about it.
And then you'll buy the Blu-ray anyway, and then the special edition Blu-ray, and then the box set Blu-ray.
No, I don't think I'll buy the special edition, because last time I bought a special edition Star Wars movie, I was kind of burned on that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was a bad choice of words, wasn't it?
That was a bad deal.
Yeah. So, Star Wars this week, coming to theaters this week.
You know what I think we should do?
What?
We should do an episode where we make a disclaimer at the beginning, and then we just go into Star Wars, make it a spoiler-safe zone. Like, we can just talk about whatever we want to talk about.
So every spoiler under the sun?
No, basically, we just talk about the movie.
Okay.
It would be an episode for people who have already seen the movie.
Okay.
I think that'd be a solid idea.
I think it would be too. I'm sure in the interwebs and in the podcast world out there, it's already being done. But we should do that.
Yeah. Let's have a whole Star Wars special episode. That way we just get it all in the open, move on.
Yes. And we'll say this is everything that we saw in the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, don't listen. If you have seen and you want to be part of it, that's a good idea. We should do that.
If you haven't seen it, come back when you've seen it.
Yep. Yeah, it'll still be there. It's on the internet. It never goes away.
I say that's our Monday show next week.
I think you're right. I think that's an excellent idea. Okay. Our in-depth review, and that made you all tingly, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but we have to be like, spoilers are happening, guys. Even halfway through the episode, if you haven't figured it out, there's spoilers. Yeah. I don't want to be a douche.
And we're going to break down every element. I think that's reasonable. I think we should do that. I'm in.
All right.
So next week's show,
our in-depth review of Star Wars.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be fun.
I couldn't stand up if you made me right now.
I'm right there with you. Booyah. So anyway, we're going to change the subject. Actually, talk about something other than Star Wars. Happy birthday, or happy belated birthday, to Dick Van Dyke, who turned 90 on Sunday.
Wow.
I know. And
doesn't look a day over 90.
Still kind of a very active, spry old gentleman. I mean, there was all sorts of events organized to recognize the birthday of everybody's favorite chimney sweep. There was a flash mob at the Grove in Los Angeles on Saturday where
everybody showed him their junk.
Yeah.
Just open up these trench coats. Dick Van Dyke, very confused, but was still determined to have a happy birthday.
That's right. It was a jolly holiday indeed. But anyway, no, I mean, the group of people got together, fans, and they sang and they danced in the courtyard at the Grove there while he was up on a balcony, being entertained by it all. In fact, our friend Kimberly was there. And she shot some video, and she was like standing in very close proximity to Dick Van Dyke as he came down into the crowd, and they all sang a chorus of "Let's Go Fly a Kite." And so she sent me the video, and she gave me the okay to use the audio. So we'll throw some of that in right now.
When you stay in a line up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can climb the fringe of the houses and trees with your story tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up to the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
For 90, I mean, he has flow.
He does. He's got flow. He does. He does. And the entertainment didn't end there at Disneyland on Sunday. He was there again, and a crowd gathered again to sing happy birthday to him. He stood on the balcony with his wife, Arlene, and the balcony of the Dream Suite in New Orleans Square. And people sang happy birthday to him. And this I thought was kind of interesting. I guess you get to do this when you're 90 years old. As the crowd was singing happy birthday to Dick Van Dyke, he was singing along with them. So Dick Van Dyke sang happy birthday to Dick Van Dyke.
In other news, Dick Van Dyke thinks every day is his 90th birthday.
And you know something, good for him, as it should be. But in addition to that, he led the parade, he was in, he didn't actually lead it, but the vehicle he was riding in led the parade. Although that would have been cool if he had gotten out and walked down Main Street to lead the Christmas parade.
Being dragged out by security. His
know.
Pants nowhere to be found.
Because he just won't stop.
Let's go fly.
He also paid a visit to the Jolly Holiday Bakery, and where they dedicated a little like a cameo silhouette drawing, which they are now hanging on the wall at the Jolly Holiday Bakery, of a chimney sweep. And they only made two of them, one which hangs on the wall and one that is now in the possession of Dick Van Dyke. So happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke.
I was really confused for a split second. I was like, is it my birthday?
So happy birthday, Anthony.
Happy birthday.
Anyway, one last thing. I was in the Bay Area last week.
Oh, that's hella cool.
That was hella cool. It was. And I finally got to see the Salvador Dali exhibition that's going on at the Walt Disney Family Museum. It's been going on, I think, since July, I guess. And it runs through January 3rd, so there's still this time to see it. But the whole exhibition revolves around the friendship of Walt Disney and Salvador Dali and their collaboration on the short film Destino, which was not made during their lifetimes. It was resurrected by Disney many years later. But it was kind of remarkable to be able to finally see the exhibition and to see, and the exhibition traces how these two artistic gentlemen's lives kind of paralleled each other until they came together in this collaboration, and they became good friends at last and were friends for many years.
That's so weird.
Why is that so weird?
I don't know. You just don't ever think of Walt Disney and Salvador Dali as being chummy if you have just a casual appreciation of Disney history.
I know. Yeah, I understand, maybe at first glance, but once you kind of scratch the surface a little bit and realize how similar their lives really were.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense,
yeah.
But you just don't ever think about that being a thing.
And they were creative contemporaries. I mean, they were both born around the same time, like within just a couple of years of each other, and both achieved the height of their fame at around the same time. And so it was only natural that their paths would cross and they would try to collaborate. And it's and how the museum traces it and showcases it in their special exhibition hall is quite impressive. And I will say that of the special exhibitions that the Walt Disney Family Museum has done, this one ranks there among the best. It really does. So you've got less than a month to catch it. And I highly recommend if you're in the Bay Area to go check it out.
Might have to check that out. Get up there. Over there.
Over to San Francisco, to the Presidio.
I'll get there eventually.
You keep
sometime.
saying that. Just go.
I'm so busy. And that will do it for this edition of Inside the Mouse Castle. Don't forget to visit us at themousecastle.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/themousecastle, and on Twitter at InsideTheMC.
And, of course, we're also on Instagram, Tumblr, and Pinterest. And please subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Coming up in the next edition, or this week's episode of the Mouse Castle Lounge, I will have part 2 of my conversation with Disney historian Jim Korkis. We talked about his recent book about Walt Disney World, and this week we're going to talk about Volume 4 of his Vault of Walt series. I also will have a second guest in the Mouse Castle Lounge.
So Jim Korkis is with a friend?
Yeah, well, not a friend. Actually, this is something a little kind of a departure from what we usually do in the lounge and in the Mouse Castle in general, because it's a non-Disney thing, but it was really, really cool. I got invited to celebrate the spirit of Christmas at the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose. And for people who may or may not be familiar with the Winchester Mystery House,
I'm raising my hand.
It is this massive mansion that was owned by a lady by the name of Sarah Winchester.
Oh, is this the crazy one that built it to hide ghosts or something?
You can say that, yes. She had been married to one of the top executives and owners of the Winchester Firearms Company. And when her husband passed away and she had an extreme amount of money to spend, she spent it on this home in San Jose and kept building and kept building and kept building and kept building to the point that the different constructions would like overlap each other. So you end up with staircases that lead to nowhere, with doors that open to nothing. And so the legend goes, the urban legend has always been that she was a little bit nuts, and it might have had something to do with guilt over the Winchester, legacy of firearms and causing death and all this. It could be that she was distraught over the loss of a child. She had given birth to a child that had died a matter of days after being born. So all of this kind of plays into the legend. But the truth is, she might have been eccentric, but there's evidence to suggest that the reason she kept building was simply to keep the contractors employed, because she was very generous with her money.
You'd think she'd just make something that made sense, though.
I know, and that's the counterbalance. But it's interesting that I grew up in the Bay Area, and so we heard all the stories about the Winchester Mystery House and all the urban legends and everything like that, and crazy old Sarah Winchester. But as time has passed and more people have delved into the actual history of the family and of the house, that yes, it's odd, but may not be as crazy as everyone thinks. But anyway, you can tour the house, and what they do for this time of year is they're doing the special Spirit of Christmas event, where they have decorated the house with like 20 different Christmas trees, and they do special entertainment, and there's snow, much like the snow that falls on Main Street, so it's Snope. Woohoo. And it's really quite fun. Anyway, I got invited to the debut, or kind of the soft opening of it, and got to experience it all and had a wonderful time. And I'll be talking to Janin Bomey, who is the tour director at the Winchester Mystery House, and she's going to tell a bunch of stories about the house and about the Christmas event that's running through December 28th.
Check it out.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be cool.
It will. And Star Wars is coming out this week, just in case you weren't aware.
Too late, guys. You won't get tickets.
No, well, good luck. Yeah. I
May the force be with you.
I wonder if you can still get tickets on opening night.
Oh, there's places.
I'm sure there is. Well, good luck, and maybe we'll see you in the theater, and we'll do our spoiler-filled Star Wars The Force Awakens episode when next we meet next week on Inside the Mouse Castle.
See ya.